Another corner for Cambridge. It's a tricky one for Forest. And it's knocked in by Gary Rowett. Daniell competing there with Daesh. Johnson trying to get it down to Stockwell. He's in with a chance. They've equalised. Taylor to Dennis. Now Dennis must get it in. Ricochet from Claridge, Dion Dublin. And here's Philpott again. And there's the goal. Claridge races away in joy. But that is a killer for Ipswich Town. And it's Cambridge United leading by 2-1.
Swindon find being top for the first time in 28 years. Ends in defeat for the first time in 5 league games away. Southend's first half lead from Brett Angel's 5th goal in his last 3 matches. And a penalty given against Swindon for handball against Nicky Summerby, but they needn't have worried because Southend's incredible waste of penalties was to continue. Dean Austin made it 8 misses from the team's last 9 spot kicks. So Swindon still alive for Steve White's 100th goal for the club to level the scores, and very nicely taken too. But that joy was to last only 17 minutes. I'm afraid when the ball is played across Swindon's box, there's a lack of alertness. Nobody knocks it away, and Angel is allowed to score from beyond the far post. Then Steve Tilson through to put Southend further ahead, and the first time in 14 matches that Swindon had conceded 3 goals. Though they got one back with Duncan Shearer's 17th score of the season with 9 minutes left, Swindon could not grab back a point and so slipped back to 3rd in the table.
At the Goldstone ground, Middlesbrough again find themselves chasing the points after conceding the opening goal. Brighton lifted by a terrific strike from their new signing, Mark Gall. The Seagulls had taken the lead inside the first 10 minutes, and once again it was the second half before Borough got on the score sheet. The persistent fight back finally paying dividends 18 minutes from time. It took a hotly disputed penalty, referee Paul Durkin spotting a handball incident. The home side didn't agree, but Bernie Slaven settled the argument with his first kick of the game, just seconds after coming on as substitute.
5 minutes played. Bobby Mims' long clearance being pursued here for Scott Sellers. Oh, say! What a goal that is! What a start for Rovers. Scott Sellers, an unstoppable left-footed shot. The long Mims clearance meant for Speedy, falling invitingly for Sellers, and did he take the invitation? Rovers have a chance to engineer something on the break. Speedy looking to get Wilcox on his way. This is Barnes, he's given it straight to Wilcox. And here's Sellers. And Wilcox has gone into the box. Chance for Jason Wilcox, for David Speedy, and that'll do nicely. 2-0, just over 15 minutes left to play, and that could wrap up Kenny Dalglish's first away points. Sellers once more. Wilcox, whose pace has unnerved Charlton on the break. Speedy's got into the middle. Wilcox looking for him. Speedy hitting the crossbar. So nearly number 10 of the season for David Speedy.
For Watford, it was a frustrating afternoon against Leicester. It was Paul Kitson who nipped in to score the vital goal. Watford 0, Leicester 1.
These are difficult times for Graham Turner, the Wolves manager, watching this afternoon with his son, and even Turner Jr. will have winced at the way Wolves gave away the first. Derby had lost the last 2 before today. A wobble eased significantly by the present from Wolves 11 minutes in. It was Bobby Davison who took advantage. But Wolves' equaliser was quite as gift as well. Steve Bull's fighting spirit helped to create it, but no discipline in the Derby defence. Paul Birch's shot, and you've got to call it an own goal, the deflection from Simon Coleman going straight through Peter Shilton. 6 minutes before half-time, though, Wolves were down to 10 men. Laurie Madden sent off for the foul. It was his second bookable offence, rather silly, perhaps clumsy as well, but the referee felt he had no choice. Into the second half then, and a penalty for Wolves. Bull again involved, fouled by Simon Coleman. That was Coleman's second offence, so like Madden in the first half, the referee said he had to go. It's a good job they've got plenty of hot water at the Molineux for all those early baths. Paul Cook stepping up to take it. He scored the first time, but the ref said take it again. So Paul Cook did, with the same result. And it's the first time that Wolves have scored from the spot this season. But 6 minutes from time, Derby did pull it back to 2 apiece. It was messy, it was a scramble in the box, but it was Ian Ormondroyd getting the final touch. But then, right at the death, Derby snatched a winner. Gary Micklewhite given far too much time and space. Wolves 10 without a win now. Derby's first win in 3 league games, but Wolves manager Graham Turner could be reading the jobs pages before too long. Wolves 2, Derby 3.
A crowd of over 10,000 saw Bristol City score when Wayne Allison demonstrated that if you keep your shots on target, make the goalkeeper save, and then keep the ball low, it will often find a way into goal.
Six defeats out of 7 for Oxford United. More problems for the defence at Portsmouth as Guy Butters headed Pompey into the lead. It was 2-0 on 63 minutes. Guy Butters again the score. United fought back, hit a tremendous goal. Stand by for a scorcher. Jim Magilton got it. He was full of fight, but once again, Oxford missed out.
Plymouth, playing with a very strong wind behind them in the first half, were unlucky not to gather any reward for a performance that stretched Tranmere. It's so reassuring to have a keeper of Eric Nixon's quality in the back line. Their best chance of the first half was created by their best player, John Morrissey, for the #1 scorer, John Aldridge. But Rhys Wilmot turned away the danger at his near post. Plymouth certainly looked less of a threat when the sides turned round, although Nixon needed to be sharp again when Mark Fiore found a clear route on goal. But then all credit to Tranmere for coming back to take 3 points on a night when perhaps they never really reached the fluent passing style we've seen already this season. Aldridge Sinclair tumbled over Wilmot, who was booked for the challenge. And then he got up to shuffle his 23rd of the season. More importantly, it's Aldridge's 3rd winner in a week, and Tranmere are up with the big boys.
Swept out wide to Brian Mills. Now then, he's certainly got a trick or two up his sleeve. Can he sell one to Alan McCleary? He has. He's made room for the cross foil. Great save by Brannigan. Now then, what have we here? Looks like we've got an extra player. K9. Doing a bit of ball watching, it would appear, and certainly going to halt proceedings in one way or the other. Oh, and there's the professional foul coming in by the skipper, Dean Glover. Looks like the early bath. A lot of space here for Cooper. And even more space for Mark Falco, and he's finished. Minutes only gone in the second half. Little back pass and all sorts of trouble, and Colhoun was nearly in, and Port Vale's concentration lacking. A real chance now. Here's Kerr. Little back heel, Falco, 2-0. Port Vale finish now.
At St James's Park, Lee Clark injured his ankle in the warm-up, forcing Newcastle manager Ozzy Ardiles to change his lineup after he'd already handed in his team sheet. The only confusion, though, seemed to be in Grimsby's defence. Andy Hunt took it all in his stride to score his 4th goal in 7 games. Newcastle won up after 17 minutes. The late reshuffle saw Steve Watson promoted to substitute. News relayed to him while he was chatting to mates outside the ground half an hour before kick-off. While 17-year-old Alan Thompson took Clark's #7 shirt. It was Thompson's first professional start, and he acquitted himself well, delivering the cross from which Steve Howie scored his first ever league goal. 2-0 to Newcastle after 29 minutes, and that was how it stayed.
Bristol Rovers' Andy Rees is getting forward diligently from midfield to back up the strikers and obeying Dennis Rope's encouragement to shoot as often as possible. That's Rees' 4th goal since being recalled as soon as Coach Rope was appointed caretaker manager.